This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's full commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson. Today's lesson is part of a 20-lesson group that runs from lesson 181 through 200. The introduction to these 20 lessons tells us that each lesson focuses on a certain block that hinders us from learning the course and applying it in our lives. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 190, July 9. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. The special block today is the prevalence of pain in our lives and the world. As hard to believe as it may be, the Course clearly states that we may choose otherwise by remembering what and who we are. You might say that the absence of pain would be a miracle, and it would be, but recall that we are studying a course in miracles. We are learning that the world is a reflection of our minds. As such, the world is as our mind is, either filled with love, health, growth, and oneness, or fear, sickness, decay, and separation. Quote, "The world you see does nothing. It has no effects at all. It merely represents your thoughts, and it will change entirely as you elect to change your mind and choose the joy of God as what you really want. Your self is radiant in this holy joy, unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable, forever and forever. And would you deny a little corner of your mind its own inheritance and keep it as a hospital for pain, a sickly place where living things must come at last to die?" End quote. This lesson is not saying that your body will never suffer pain, grow ill, or die. It is saying that you are not your body. By the world's laws of, quotes, rational and, quotes, practical thinking, the teaching in this lesson is all nonsense. But the central point of the Course is to recognize that there is an entirely different way of seeing the world. This is why the daily meditations, in which you leave the, quotes, laws of the world aside, are so important. It takes an open mind, blank, expecting, and hopeful, to hear the quiet voice of your internal teacher guiding you to see in a way invisible to your physical eyes. The title of today's lesson is I Choose the Joy of God Instead of Pain. Of the many benefits of studying the Course, perhaps the most valuable is that it offers you a choice. A real choice that you have the right and power to make, to see the world and everyone and everything in it in an entirely different way. As the title of the lesson tells us, you can choose this different way, the joy of God, instead of the pain of the illusory world which we have made. The choice is real, and it can be made right now. In fact, by studying the Course, you are well on your way. Stay with it. Do the exercises. They are designed to give you the experiences you need to prove to yourself that both you and the world are something far different than they appear to be. When you are so convinced, you can and will choose the joy of God instead of pain.